Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Hate. You can get the blueprint for Hate as a drop from the Stalker or the Shadow Stalker, so you're gonna have to do assassination missions until you receive the message that your actions have consequences, which means you are marked for death by the Stalker. If from that point onwards you do any non-assassination mission, there's a chance the Stalker will show up, and if you defeat him, one of the things he can drop is the blueprint for Hate. Now the Hate is a Mastery Rank 8 scythe that does primarily slash damage with a little bit of puncture and impact on the side. It's somewhat slow with an attack speed of 0.917, but it does have good range of 2.8. It also comes with very good 30% crit chance, an above average 2.5 times crit multiplier, and a solid 20% status chance, so it's a pretty good weapon overall. Now as far as the build is concerned, it's going to be a pretty straightforward hybrid setup if you're not going to go for a heavy attack build, which is something you can do as well because scythes do have forced slash procs on their heavy attacks. The one thing I would perhaps recommend here is switching the stance polarity to a double dash so you don't have to use Reaping Spiral, because the standard button mash combo, which is the one that generally does the most damage, has this annoying tendency to lift the enemy into the air and then violently fling them backwards, and if you didn't proc enough slash procs on them by this point, you're gonna have to run after them to finish them off. This is mostly an issue for high level content though, because low level enemies will most likely die before they hit the ground. And that's because the Hate, despite being relatively easy to acquire and also not requiring too high of a mastery rank, is very strong. And that goes for both the light attack setup as well as a heavy attack setup. There is a reason why the Hate has a mediocre Riven disposition, even though it's been in the game for over 9 years. It's just a weapon that aged really well, and the buffs have been very kind to it. Here, by the way, you can see very clear examples of the enemies being flung back by Reaping Spiral as they're lifted into the air, so this is what I was talking about. It's not too bad when it happens once or twice, but when it happens all the time, like if you're doing a high level sortie or you even take the Hate into Steel Path, it gets quite annoying after a while. So again, if you intend to use this weapon more, I would either recommend reformatting the dash polarity into a double dash in the stance so you can use Stalking Fan instead of Reaping Spiral, or you can also go with the heavy attack setup. So I would definitely recommend you check out the Hate, though you might not be able to get it right away, because from the standard Stalker, the expected number of kills to get the blueprint is right around 18, and from Shadow Stalker, since he has a lot more drops in his drop pool, it's about 36. Most people will get the blueprint for Hate at some point, even if they don't go after it themselves, because if you play with other people, there's a good chance they're marked for death and Stalker will come after them when you play a mission with them. So yeah, the Hate is a very strong weapon, and I would absolutely recommend you pick it up if you manage to get the blueprint for it. It currently has the second highest base damage of all scythes, it has the second highest crit chance of all scythes, and it's tied for the highest crit multiplier of all scythes as well. But anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.